Today on this episode of Reality Gays,
Mallorie doesn't want to rush into sending money to her fiance's parents.
nothing like puking in the airport bathroom while your dog is judging you.
And can the kid talk, Josh? I'm hungover. Roll it, Christina. RG on YT, y'all.
Get down tonight, Daddy.
It's time for Reality Gays. We're here to cover another reality show. And while the video plays, just sit back and let go. Now, you may be thinking, where'd the theme song go? We made this little switch because copyright's a bitch. We got 90 Day, Norman Wives, Lala, and more. And now you can watch us, you whore. You like to watch. You dirty slut. Yeah, you know.
Like it, don't you? A little too much. Ooh, moist.
RG on YouTube, y'all. Ooh, I want to show my creamy shoulders. And maybe my nipple. Poodle, no!
Poodle, I noticed that when Mallorie and Rasit were leaving, his sister had, threw some water at them.
Yes.
And I thought, wait a minute. Usually when I leave Poodle, you throw a bottle of vodka at me. Is that a tradition that you have that I didn't know about?
It means well, in Turkey, I believe it's a wishing of good luck and make your travel be smooth like water.
Uh-huh. So you mean that for me too?
I mean, get the fuck out of my house.
Oh.
But I would never throw good vodka at you.
No, it's always
I throw
brunettes.
pop-off.
Yeah, it's a plastic bottle and it just bounces.
Yeah, and I just throw the bottle too.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Just check it in. Y'all think I'm kidding.
That's my lunchtime vodka. The evenings for the good stuff.
The evening. Y'all, welcome to Reality Gays. I'm Mattie and I'm happy to be here.
I am too. You threw me off.
I'm sorry.
And I'm Poodle, and we are two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than tearing reality television a new one.
Poodle, how was your week? This was a good one, huh?
It's a weird thing to say.
Weird thing to say. No,
Are any weeks good?
No, they're not. But what I was going to say is, you know what is good? This season of 90 Day Fiance. I'm really liking this cast overall. Now that we're in the third episode,
I think so.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think it's a really solid season, especially now that we find this like Thomas and Paula thing feels, this could have been like season 4, season 5. I think
that's a good note.
I feel like this is old school 90 Day Fiance. There's no OCD in OCD or alcoholism, which I think we can all agree now. It may be an addiction problem and OCD and the fruit cocktail of other things that Catie has.
Well, I don't know if you saw them, but I had several. I had probably about 6 people, half of them having OCD, and about the other 3 being therapists that are specialized, and they all agree this girl ain't taking medicine,
and she's probably not in actively talk therapy, or she's not on. She's unmedicated. Yeah, it's almost certainly.
Unless this guy's an idiot, it's DOA.
And that thing she's got is running wild, like Shay's dogs.
Oh my God, that's what Shay's dogs were out of control.
I think we should refer to them as dogs.
Dogs.
These are dogs with the WG. These dogs are more misbehaved or less behaved than my mother's dog Muffin. And that is saying something.
That is saying something. That couple feels old school 90 Day to me as well.
They do too. I will agree about that. But there's something about Thomas and Paula that I'm like, this is, because I actually teared up in the airport scene. When they, I think it's and I think this is one of the reasons I watched the show, is you're in for the aspirational love of it.
Yeah. I have
These are two people who can make things work.
I'll save it for them, but yeah, it is.
Save it.
like you tell me, in the meanest, sharpest way. I'll be just talking about something and I'll get screamed at. Save it.
I do say it that way. I do.
Save it.
It's one of the few.
It's the meanest. Mm-hmm. It's so
I usually only talk to
awful.
You like that off the mic, so no one knows what a
you
monster
don't
I
know
am.
how horrible he talks to me. I just show you who I am. Here.
Everybody thinks I'm a sweet
is a fabrication.
You should see my Finsta. I'm a bitch.
I'm living authentically. I'm a do me.
I'm a do me. I will say,
new single coming out in 2020.
Your new
2035.
Speaking of, you probably haven't yet, but I have a busy day today. So I did watch the second part of Single Life Tell All. It's great, y'all. So
great.
Sit down, grab a drink. Ross Matthews is still stellar. So
any big news? Any goop-worthy moments?
There wasn't any. I don't think there was any gagging and goop, but there. Well, I can't say because we have screeners and we are not allowed to say. But I will just say, it was wonderful to watch Gino squirm, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh well, they bring back Jasmine.
That's not even the half of it.
Yeah,
with
good.
What the cast does.
Good.
So, good. Again, kudos to Ross Matthews. I saw one thing where people were like, I don't like his voice. And I was like, fuck off.
Homophobe.
That feels homophobic. I'm like, I wanted to comment and say, well, clearly you don't listen to us.
Yeah. Oh, that was from us. People saying they don't like his voice.
They weren't saying They weren't saying it in our group. Yeah. I saw it like on other 90-day Facebook groups and stuff. Yeah, our sissies would never say that.
Have you heard our voices?
There was some people though. They were like, "Bring back Sean Robinson," and I'm like, "Who are you?"
Honestly, I mean, they represent two very different styles, and I think there's room for both. But I think specifically Ross for this kind of tell-all was dead on. Someone brought this up in the Patreon comments. Did you notice there weren't any of these "it's time to take a break" moments? It just seamlessly flowed.
I noticed that in part one. However, in part two, they take a break twice.
Okay, cool.
It's so funny. I almost brought that and I just forgot to say it. I think I like Ross not because now he's a friend of the pod, but I think Ross and I we both did AfterBuzz and stuff. He and I grew up doing the hosting stuff where you let go of the presentational host and and bring yourself into the moment. That's
really what Sean Robinson does, but yeah.
So you're right. It's just two schools. She's old school and he's in a different. Yeah. But it was really, he did a good job in the second part of people. Like at one point he literally said, a tell-all is where we tell the truth.
Ooh!
I was like, yes! So anyway, y'all, it's a good tell-all.
Look at you spilling secrets. I'm glad I'm not the one doing this.
Christina will take it out. Christina will protect us at all costs. I say little tidbits. You say things like, oh my God, Kim and Colt started making out in the middle of the tell-all.
I do not say things like that. No, I just maybe say I'll start something and you get upset about it because you can't control me.
Well, that I cannot.
Can't be tamed.
That I cannot. Remember, y'all, after Single Life, by the way, it's going to be Temu Traders, 90-Day Traders, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's Last Resort
Season 3, yes.
Jumping out on June 1st. Y'all, we got some sad news in the 90-Day world.
Yeah, we have heard about this. Yeah.
And we have heard about it. Jenny did get a diagnosis of ALS. That's all we know. We don't know if she's living in India, if she's in the U.S. We haven't heard from any of that, but that they did announce on social media that is what's been going on.
And we're sending her and Sumit and all of her family love.
Her daughter's wife, yeah. And in the words of Sean Robinson, and we mean it, we truly wish them the best.
Yeah. They're a 90-day institution. Still, if you take a little perspective to see how far Jenny and Sumit had come, I would say that no one in the whole franchise overcame as much as they did.
You should message Marcus Parks. I wonder if he knows about it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's his favorite.
And then ask what he's wearing.
Okay, stop. Lord, you were so gross during that interview.
It'd be some horror movie T-shirt, and
this is why we're not going to get asked on NPR again.
I only flirt with that guy moderately.
Yeah, and y'all,
I could have gone a lot worse.
Could have gone a lot worse.
He loved it.
He kind of did, actually.
Straight men love it.
Oh well, well. Again, they can call HR, but it just rings your voicemail, so we're fine.
Not too fond of the touching.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Yeah.
Y'all, Poodle's going to Greece and leaving us.
I am.
So that means
any suggestions you have, by the way. I think I've mentioned I'm doing Athens for like 2 days, and then going to Naxos, an island. And then I'm island hopping to another island, the island of Crete.
Now, this isn't your vibe, or maybe it is. I don't want, especially after reading one version of your sex.
Do you know my vibe?
I don't want to ask much about your sexual vibe, but I feel like, and it's not my vibe, but I feel like if I went to Greece, I would have to go to a Roman gay bath. Like, you kind of got to do it.
Rome is in Italy, but I'll buy you an atlas soon.
But it's very, but I mean, yes. I know them, but it's really, whatever they were called.
Do they still have Greek baths?
Because that's really where it came from.
Thing. But
oh, it is. I thought it was a bunch of Greek
Are you
men.
equating? You're saying just Greeks and Romans are the same.
No,
Boy.
I'm saying
Greek erasure.
I'm saying, is it Greek erasure?
I'm glad I'm not the one babbling about this.
You could just be some old guy talking about philosophy and banging some young kid.
I don't think I want that.
Well,
that's definitely not my vibe.
It's not mine either, but
I think I'm going to be on some of the beaches and doing things like that.
Well, you better have sex over there. All the gays do it. That's like going to Provincetown. And not having sex when you berated me that year.
So, well, that was ridiculous. It is not like going to Provincetown. Provincetown is a city entirely populated by gay people. No one goes to Provincetown and doesn't bang someone.
I made up for it the next year. I made up for it. I got strep throat. I'm real sad not to go, but this isn't. I got to save money. It's a nice trip, but it's not cheap. Anyway, no one gives a
the accommodations there, right?
No, the accommodations are great,
but I'm saying it's the price.
Yeah, it's not, and it's a bunch of gay restaurants, great restaurants. Like you can't get a high noon for less than $9.
Why don't you just make your own? No, you should do. You just you pregame at home and you buy your alcohol before you get on the island.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, amateurs!
Now, are you going to the gay part or no?
Some sissies have reached out and told me about the gay parts, and I'm going to go there. Oh, that's part 5 of my autobiography. The gay parts.
The gay parts. Because there's a famous place that.
Well, like there's not any famous gay. Like there's some places in Athens, but you're probably thinking of like Mykonos and Santorini. Those are very touristy islands.
A lot of gays go to Mykonos. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not going to those.
I wouldn't go to those in the summer.
Yeah,
go to those in the
spring
or the fall.
I just don't love very touristy places.
I like going to touristy places when, like, I loved going to St. Mark's Square in Venice in November when 10 people were in it.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm talking about, like, specifically, like, especially islands. Like, because there's nowhere you can go. It's just...
Yeah. You got to go in off season.
Anyway,
the whole point of this is we're going to be on vacation from Monday, June 29th until Monday, July 6th. So,
that is our biannual once in the summer and once in the winter is our 2 weeks we take off.
We will be
there'll be content, just so you know.
Because of where it works, this isn't like last year at Christmas that fucked us because it was in the middle of the week. Where there's only going to be like a couple of shows that we're going to have, and we'll do an AM Gay again coming up. So if you're on RG Plus at any level, be looking out for that. And sometime next month, we'll send
for questions.
And you can do a Google Doc and do that. But again, that's only for people on RG Plus. So. Mm-hmm. Anyway, all right. Anything else?
I do. I want to talk about the Bicurious.
Oh, great!
I want to talk about that. Where is it? Hold on.
Come at me on Cameo. I did a lot of Mother's Day Cameo. I enjoyed it. I did a cameo for someone who had the same name as my drama teacher the other day. Isn't that crazy? I don't want to say her name because she probably doesn't want it public. And then there was another sissy who had a 3 name, and her name, I'm not going to say her actual name, but it was like Tammy Tristan Brooks. And now I just go around saying her name in my head.
Well, my new one is Chastity Tankersley.
Yes.
Chastity Tankersley.
And y'all came at us and said every chastity that you knew was slutty.
Was this on Live After Lockup? That's all. That's where I can't remember. It was Gately Dose. It was learning about what 69 was, and I said mine was I can't even remember who was that. Robin Sanders. Robin Sanders was the girl who told us about 69ing, and she was tall and her hair was wild. She was more sexual than the rest.
Yeah. That's how it happens.
They turn out to be like sluts or lesbians.
Yeah.
Or sometimes a slutty lesbian.
Or sometimes both, if you're lucky. Yeah. If you're lucky.
Anyway, where was I?
That does remind me. We wanted to do a shout out. Y'all, on the 22nd, we had an episode of Lalu that if you're on that $5 tier, I'm just going to tell you now.
You brought that Oklahoma bullshit because you just come back.
If you haven't listened to
ridiculous.
Go back. It's definitely, you kind of went off the rails.
I waylaid because you gave me too many things to ask about.
There was a lot that was covered that I think for both of us might become part of RG lore. So be sure to check out that episode.
There's a lot of dumb graduation stories. Who gives a shit? There's a lot of graduations. I'm just
a lot of curious anger from Poodle. There. That's what I'm calling it. When he's angry, but he's still curious and ask about this
stupid shit.
But he does.
But I need to find out.
Anyway,
I wish I could give that up. That's one of my parts of my personality that I wish I could let go of, is needing to ask questions about things that I know I don't need to.
Yeah.
One of the attributes of being a poodle is extreme curiosity.
Well,
and that's all I've always had it, which is why I was looking up the Titanic as a child.
Which is why your mother said, Jaybird, stop asking
and the Holocaust
questions.
And World War I and
you wonder where you get it from.
Lusitania.
From your mother, who your brother only limits her to 3 questions every time.
That's true. She's the interrogator. We call her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my mother asked these incessant questions.
Oh, right.
Well, it's like, so what'd you do there? Who'd you see? Who was there? And to this day, when my mother asks me something, it feels like she's trying to catch me in a lie, even though I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, why are you asking me who was there? You don't even know.
All right. What's our bi-curious?
Our bi-curious. For me, this was a bloodbath. I'm telling you this now. A lot of people have asked for the Summer House reunion. I was going back and forth on it because, of course, Summer House has been all anyone in reality television, especially gossip related, has wanted to talk about. We haven't watched the show, or we haven't covered the show in 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
But here's the issue, and I've watched occasionally, and I know who most of these people are. I haven't watched this season hardly at all. So it's not going to be really helpful.
I haven't watched it in years. I watched the trailer and I was excited thinking, oh, maybe we'll cover it. And then I watched the trailer for the reunion.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who half the cast was.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we have the
experience for it.
If we don't have, I don't think we have the material enough to talk about a 45-minute episode, 30-minute episode about this.
Yeah.
I definitely think probably we are going to watch it. It'll probably be, maybe we'll do it as a corner and talk about it a little bit on another show. But I agree.
I think we'll watch, there's so many people who cover it. Watch What Crappens.
But 2 Black Girls, 1 Rose are covering Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I jumped on for episode 8, so that should be out by the time you're listening to this now.
And I jumped on with Chris Farah to do her show Vanity Farah, and we talked about this episode, but we haven't done it yet.
We haven't done it yet.
But I'm sure it was fun.
Sure, it was great. So I agree with you.
Finally,
so what was your vicarious choices?
I'm sorry. I will not be blamed for this.
No, I wasn't blaming. I was helping bringing you.
We've been edging these people for 5 minutes, but you keep adding things.
Here, I'll put on lip gloss and I'll shut up.
Just shut up for 10 seconds. Your vicarious options for May are the Jeffrey and Varia episode of Worst Ex Ever on Netflix. I've heard so many people wanting us. I have watched it. It is a terrifying watch. Oof. But I've had so many requests for that. So I'm going to put that up there. One that I've had a lot of requests for before is Showtime Couples Therapy with Dr. Olga. Very elegant show. Interviewing, but her dealing with couples therapy, and because this new season's starting.
I've seen them like memes of it. It is actually riveting.
And the last option, it's kind of the Lalu option, is a show called This Is Polly.
Oh,
and it's not introducing a parrot.
No. Polly wants a dick or a pussy.
Or all of them.
Or all of them.
It is a show on WeTV that takes a look at polyamory. It looks like a Lalu crossover. And so that is...
I emailed them for screeners and I just wasn't thinking. And I immediately I emailed Nicole at TLC.
I knew you would do that.
But no, she emailed back and she said, oh my God, I had to take a second. I thought this was a TLC show too, because it's exactly what we would do. And so we both laughed about it, but it is WeTV. But it feels very Lalu adjacent.
Yeah. So those are your choices. Worst Ex Ever, Couples Therapy, and This Is Polly. I will say, this was a tough one. I had to kind of count up things that people had said to me. And Summer House almost made it, but I don't think we had enough to say.
And I'd blow my load too quickly on that one. I don't got enough. Not enough in the tank.
But I will say, stay tuned for a show in June called Little Singles.
Oh, no.
And it's just what you would think. Little people who are wilded out because they're single.
Oh, boy. What channel's that on?
Of TLC. I'm sucking that TLC tit.
Boy.
That will be an option. I've already codified it into law.
All right, great.
Anyway, those are your choices. Look for that poll. It'll be out probably this weekend. So you should be seeing it if you're listening on Sunday.
Okay, last but not least, if you want to watch us do this episode, can. Watch us on YouTube on Tuesday. Or if you want to subscribe to the $15 tier, you can watch this on Sunday night. So there we go.
Hopefully people just fast forwarded through all this and just said, let's get to it.
Well, but then they ask questions.
That's true. If you ask us a question and
I've announced it 3 times and you ask me a question, I'm going to judge you.
Uh-oh. Well, that's fighting words.
I won't comment anything.
By the way, this is 90 Day Fiance Season 12, Episode 3.
I manifested you. Manifested you.
By the way, I shared in our stories, the Silva twins are on the single tell-all, and they have a song.
It's called Pillow Talk, right?
Pillow
or Between
Talk.
the Sheets.
Yes.
Between the Sheets.
It's tell-all time. It's tell-all time. It's worth watching.
I love them.
It's
so
on
much.
our story.
I was really bummed, actually, we didn't get screeners of that. I would have watched them. But then by the time it dropped, we were already moving on.
It's all over.
It's all over.
In the words of Laurel from Dreamgirls, it's all over.
Oh, boy. All right. This isn't me this time.
Mallorie and Raj.
All right. They are leaving.
We are seeing his friends. She basically says, he's like, my family and friends are happy I found a lovely and beautiful woman. But they just wanted me to find her in Turkey. I have to say, the more I think about this storyline, I feel like what's missing in the moments is a producer asking Mallorie, what makes you want to move him to Alabama instead of what making you both want to go to Marmaris?
Boy, because when you're driving around this city, I'm like, why?
I know. I feel like that's the question that no one is asking.
Mm-hmm.
And what I don't want people to say is, well, we wanted to put him on 90 Day Fiance. But instead of what I'm hoping doesn't happen, I wouldn't have a problem if she said, I can't move. I have family and blah, blah, blah.
Because she doesn't have children,
leave my
does
family.
she?
No.
Yeah.
I can't leave my family. I can't. I guess I want some justification to leave this beautiful place, for him to leave his friends, his family, for his sister to weep and throw water after them.
Mm-hmm.
And I need for her to say, I think, in the moment, I'm so sad this is happening, but I can't move where I am. I feel like there needs to be some reason. What we've heard in the past is I take care of my mother. I do this.
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear some reason. Because I'm not hearing it.
I don't even remember her job.
I don't think we know.
Yeah. And I know there's going to be money stuff coming, because I think in their summary, they talked about they're going to discuss a prenup.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if that feels fair. He's a fucking captain of a boat.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of, like, is there a lake near Athens? I don't think it's the same.
He doesn't have anything. Yeah. I don't think she really has that much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think only prenups are appropriate when you got some kind of assets.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, prenup.
Thank you. I
agree. I'm saying that's what's missing. This impetus to drag this man all the way to Athens, Alabama, 150 miles inland?
Yeah.
Where he's never been before. What I want to hear her tell him or them talk about is, I think I could make better money if I worked in the US than I'm making now to send back to my family or something like
even
that.
Otherwise,
it almost feels cruel.
Yeah, I looked and internet says, computer says, she is a healthcare administrator. She works in healthcare administration as a certified medical coder.
Okay, she's in coding. So yeah.
So
like Sissy Candy.
Yes.
Mike Candy.
Yeah. So I don't know if that job is very transferable either.
I don't think she could. I don't know if she could do that in Turkey.
This is like in Turkey. I'm medical coded in Turkey.
I'm coding in Turkey.
I'm coded in Turkey. That's a good one. I like that.
It kind of works. So I guess that's the part that I'm missing a little bit. So they're meeting his friends, Damla, Ali, and Khan. Simple Khan. Mm-hmm. And it's the other thing she keeps saying, I just love Turkish food so much. It seems like she loves Turkey. And she's like, except for the fermented drink, Rocky. I think that is with it's almost like a yogurt-ish drink. And she's like, that's nasty.
It's probably really good for your digestion, though.
I'm sure. That's a boomer comment. Moving on.
We love our boomers. We just talk like them sometimes.
No, I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. So the friend just goes.
Mary Payne messaged me the other day about a vitamin holder that she likes.
Let's move past that.
Yeah.
So Rashid says Turkish men like to be the head of their family, so there could be problems there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. And he's like, plus she's friends with her ex. Now, this is something we've seen before. Now, I feel like this is not exactly an ex because they never dated. They just fucked.
They just fucked and were friends.
Yeah.
But we've never had someone. Usually we're like, okay, you can stop being friends with your friend. But this time I was like, oh, well, so You bonded through a horrific trauma.
Well, he took care of her dogs, and when she was in a horrible accident. Boy, this was tough. And isn't it? You know what she said? I went through she said, yeah, he went through when I was in the hospital, and I went, it's a car accident, because where we're from and in the South, that's how people die, y'all. People die in car accidents.
I guess there does.
That is the most common way.
That's how Jarrett Marshall died. Ran right into a tree. Pinned him. Caught on fire too.
No.
His wife was pregnant.
Stop!
She had the baby.
No!
Named that little boy Jarrett.
No!
He was so sweet too.
The kid's still alive, right?
The kid, yeah, okay. The family's fine, but yeah, we had a lot. Then, well, that was second. Then another one in high school.
No, they all it takes out.
Yeah, Charlie Johnson had a drunk driving, hit a bridge, and his girlfriend Amanda was pregnant.
Well, so it seems like that was a regular occurrence.
Happened, yeah.
Pregnant high school girls.
Yeah,
it was.
But no, we had like 3 or 4 people that the man got a woman pregnant and then died.
That's God smiting them. Sounds like it.
I guess so.
Talk to Aisha. She'll tell you. We misheard this.
Oh, boy.
We had someone say on our Patreon that Aisha has gay face. I can totally see it. Because she's kind of got a lesbian mouth like Captain Sandy or Jane Lynch.
Yeah.
It's like
she's not going to like that.
Licking a lot of puss. No, she won't.
Like that.
She's been commenting something. I don't think Aisha will like what we have to say about her.
What's wrong with the list? I'm like, oh, we're not the podcast for you, honey.
We're not the podcast.
Maybe, I don't know. I just don't feel like she has a sense of humor about stuff.
I don't either. And I don't think, honey, I'm going to say this now. If you are listening, I don't think being on social media for this season is going to be good for your health. You're not going to get good feedback.
No. No.
Wish you the best.
I'm excited for a lake prayer next week.
Yes,
or pond prayer
with a prophetess, a fellow prophetess,
and a decision to go to Nigeria.
Yes. Where was I? So I think they're talking about the friends with benefits, and he says, Mallory says, culturally, Turkish men do not hang out with women. That is very true. I want to say this something about Rosh. Rosh is a mama's boy. He is, even though he grew up in a city, he is naive AF.
That's a really good point.
It's something that I noticed. And even though he's 30 something, or maybe late 20s, he seems younger.
He does seem younger. That's a good point.
And I'm not comparing him to a Swelu, but I kind of am.
Well, that's a very extreme
different
example.
Thing. You know what? I'm going to say, I'm sad I made the comparison now, but there's this kind of emotional thing that I just don't think he's a very grown up person.
Yeah, I don't think it's a translation. Yeah, I get that vibe from him. He seems pretty emotionally
He's not going full of Swelu.
No.
Not with the wonky eye and everything. That is a specific case that we will never have another one.
Our Cheeto meme did really well. I think
Kalani and those Cheeto fingers
retweeted it or whatever, re-Instagrammed it. We're not on Twitter. But we're on Blue Sky, but no one else is on Blue Sky. We just use it for porn.
Just gays.
Yeah.
So they're talking about, but I just want to put a pin in that because he seems extremely naive.
Yeah.
But Sheem says there's been nothing physical for years, and he stepped up when I was in the hospital for after the accident. But be all just about this. One of her best friends and her best friend's mother and her 7-month-old son were in this terrible car accident, and she remembers screaming. She was taken to the hospital. They took out 3 feet of her intestines, and Brandon, without even asking, took care of her dogs when she wasn't there. And she goes, just because Josh is having a problem with Brandon about our past doesn't mean it's worth ending a friendship over. And I totally agree with that.
I agree. I'm going to
say this now. I think Rosh it's a traditional Turkish man. So I think he's going to get used to it. I think a lot of this is environmental. You take them out of Turkey and they're flexible. There's some people who will never be flexible.
Who will never be. But I will say, I think I would accept this. If I'm choosing to move to another country, there are things that I might not like that I need to accept in moving to another. And the fact of him him being a head of a household is not going to happen.
Yeah, especially
and
because
it's his choice to move.
Totally agree. And so he's like, well, the rules are going to have to change because when I'm married, I'm going to be telling you things that I don't like. And she just goes, well, at this point in my life, I don't want a man telling me things I can or can't do. I've been there before and I don't want it.
She is 29, so she's old enough to know better.
Still too young to care. Yeah, I was going to do it. And he's like, you must listen to me. She's like, you're not going to control me. This isn't Turkey. And he's like, but you're my wife. And maybe I'm not going to be if you're going to act like this. So
I will say she gets hot real quick.
Oh, yeah. But what I'm saying here is it's going to be interesting. If they make it through this season, I can see them staying around the franchise.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I could see them on Happily Ever After.
Yeah,
maybe
like
with Jasmine and Matt. I'm sure they're going to be on that too.
Yep. Later on, they are cuddling in bed, and she's like, "You kept me up all night long." He's like, "But I missed you so much."
He's like, "I wanted to make a baby last night,"
and so I decided,
so sweet when he looks at it and says, "You look very hot." Like you. It's the thing that they do have going for one another. They both seem very much in love with one another.
I totally agree. And I kind of like them. I like the chemistry. I like the balance of it.
Yeah.
And so they're going to his sisters, I believe, to say bye. And you can tell he's so sad.
He is.
This is the thing. He can't even hide it. That's why I'm saying he seems much younger than he is.
Did you see? Was his brother called Levant?
Oh, yeah. I clocked that hot brother.
My God. He was
Levant or Levant. Yeah.
Ooh.
Levant.
Ooh.
Levin my bread.
Yeah, give me some Turkish delight.
Kofta. I don't know if that's Turkish.
So they're talking to the family and yeah, like you said, he seems very sad. And they have this conversation. I was confused. Why were they? The brother was talking to him in cursive, in Turkish, but then he was translating in English, but Raj speaks English. Like, why weren't they just speaking? It felt, I'm not judging it. I was just like, why are we going through all this?
Oh, I think it was
because the rest of the family was there. Maybe they don't know English.
Well, Raj doesn't speak great English.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. They were trying to facilitate it, I think, the easiest way. So we're doing salt in the coffee. We saw that with Shekinah and Sarper, if you remember. When she put so much salt in his coffee. And he says, I will not act like... They didn't
the rumors are they're splitting up, but that's also because they're going to be on Last Resort. I think they're DOA. When we saw him, I don't know. She didn't go to his comedy thing in LA. It was there. Yeah. I don't know. My gut says they're done so.
So what I noticed also is she can say a couple Turkish phrases.
I did notice
that
too.
It's not a language that is super easy. So I was impressed with that because y'all think what Jenny can say. How much can Jenny say in Hindi?
Yes,
she does understand more, but she speaks none.
And don't try to say this is that she's had a stroke. Way before all that,
before all of it.
She can't even say thank you in fucking Hindi.
Yeah, it's true. And so we find out, and we know this about the K1, he can't go back to Turkey for 2 years. And his mother says, and this was so beautiful, my eyes will be watching the road waiting for him.
Americans talk dumb.
And then, so they bring in the coffee and the salt, and they say, because salt in the coffee represents the good with the bad, he chugs it, I got to say, this guy's adorable. He is hot to me. And I love the tattoos. I'm into it. I'm into it.
Yeah, all right. We got that.
Nice dick, too. Anyway, so she goes with the women, and the brother's like, so, you're leaving this paradise. He's like, well, Mallorie wanted to, and I decided I would move as well. And so he says, I won't be working for the first few months. And then they immediately say, when things settle down, that was the important part. When things settle down, can you help support our parents? Because they lost it. If you remember this Turkish earthquake in Turkey, y'all, it was awful.
It was awful.
Just
like what? It was something like an 8-point or
awful,
something. It was
awful,
huge,
and like so many people died. Horrendous. Yeah. And they show the parents' house was destroyed. They show a clip of the parents' house. It is rubble. Leveled. These people's house, and they're in a tent.
They're still in a tent.
And he says, the brother says, they're going to rebuild, but all the responsibility falls on us. And he's like, yeah, I need to talk to Mallorie about it. She's like, I hope she won't be upset. And this is an old 90-day trope.
Oh, it was a 7.8, and 53,000 people died.
That's how crazy it was.
Yeah.
So they're leaving. This is when the scene gets rough. The sister starts to silently cry. And this is where I'm just like, good Lord. And the mom says, I think of him like my little boy. My pain is indescribable. And what I loved in this, the mom was trying to do her in the moment. And she couldn't go on. He kind of interrupted the scene and comforted his mother.
Yeah.
I just thought that was so tender and beautiful.
All right, get off his dick.
I'm just saying it was
him.
sweet.
We get it.
I'm into him. Anyway, and I wrote down, why are they going to Alabama?
I wrote that too. I really did.
Yeah. And not like Huntsville or Athens.
Athens, Alabama.
Yeah. We've had some sissies come at us. They're like, there's not a ton there. But, seems like there's more in Athens than there is in Alabasta, Alabama.
Alabasta. Which we're not going to go to this week.
Yeah. And so, but the family waving, and it's just so sad.
It
is. Later on, they're packing up the car, and he's still really upset, and he's crying. He's like, well, everything's for you. And he's like, I'm just afraid things aren't going to work. When I can't work, I'm going to feel like I'm poor. And that's when he brings up, in Turkey, we show respect to our parents and help them financially. This, for instance, is probably not the best way to go about this. I thought that's why he seems like a young kid when he talks this. He's like, if my mom were to ask me to send 10,000 Turkish lira, I'm afraid you would say my family is poor. So he's already...
That's about $240.
Yeah. So he's already saying things like... He's already floating something and then expecting what she would do. And what I'm glad about, what they normally do, is say things like, what, you want money? You want me to give you my money? So we're going to send money back to your parents? But she said, okay, well, you have to ask me about this, and then we'll talk about it. Because I do have a mortgage, a car payment, and bills. We can't just say, yes, it's something we need to talk about, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, we don't normally get that. You're right.
Yeah. So it was a more realistic way of looking. She didn't come at him in anger.
She didn't accuse him of using her.
Yes. And in the moment that they do this, she's like, why are you just telling me now that we're going to have to send money back? And she says, people think Americans are rich. And he's like, his, of course, is emotional. But my parents need help.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. But she even says, look, he says, you can work one day and make enough to help my parents. And she says, this was interesting. He's like, that's not how it works. And that's when he's being more emotional. My family lives in a tent. And she's like, I know. She's like, you could, this is when he says, then it turns into a different thing. You can help, but you don't want to. So now
she never said that.
Exactly. So now he's accusing her of that. And she's like, of course I want you to help. You just don't understand how much things cost in America. And you don't see what goes in and what goes out. As soon as I get my money, it is gone. We can all kind of understand that.
She's probably not making a lot of money. And now she's supporting another person.
Yeah. So I think these are interesting dynamics because he's going to be all about the emotional need and not understanding where her money comes from. This is why I don't think this guy, he seems like he's younger than he actually is.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's had that much experience with life or money. He's been a boat captain, for God's sakes.
Hi ho, the boatman row.
I knew we were going somewhere like that.
There
anyway,
you go.
Let's move on to Debby and Mido.
Speaking of someone who's maybe not emotionally mature.
Which one?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant, actually.
Let me ask you a question before you start. Do you believe that she didn't know he was coming or not? I'm not sure why. I just don't think that the camera crew would have been hired otherwise.
I agree, but I don't think she's that good of an actor.
Exactly. Do you mean to puke on command?
To puke on command. She's crying. She's like sobbing. She hasn't slept, you know.
Could I ask a more sinister question? Could
also, I just want to add one more thing.
Not to say?
Well, I just want to add one more thing to answer your first question. Devin, the way Devin acts around her mom, she kind of has kid gloves with her. Like mom has breakdowns a lot.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
So anyway, but what else were you going to ask?
Could production have told him not to tell her?
I would have said just because eventually we find out he was like, it was a prank. The fuck?
Exactly.
This is a shitty prank. And if it's real, then she was sad. It's a shitty prank, and it just shows that this guy doesn't give a shit about her. He just wants to be Robert fucking De Niro.
Well, he does say, where is it? I'm here. Inshallah, I will be the most famous actor in the U.S. I'm here because I can't wait. I can't wait to be here. Of course, I want to marry my fiance too. It's like but it says, if you read history, there's nothing in life that's impossible. I'm here, so it's time for me to catch my dream. And I also want to marry my fiance. Oh yeah, that too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Just that too.
Yeah, this guy's using.
But I did write. She was like, I don't know when, because basically, y'all. So his dad's sick. She looked to change his flight. It was going to be $3,800. And she texted him and said, hey, to change your flight, it's $4,000. And he didn't write nothing. He actually wrote no comment.
It's an interesting way, like he's being interrogated. Yeah.
Yeah. And so she doesn't know if he's on the flight or not. She's up all night. She's holding her dog a little bit, which somebody said in the 60 Squad, and this is where it recognized for me was that is what Spike called Buffy's little sister. That's where I recognize the term.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Who's dead now?
Michelle
Trachtenberg. She's so sad. Anyway, I can't believe that pilot hasn't been picked up. Fuck you, Hulu.
Yeah. It's also the name of someone brought up in How I Learned to Drive, the Paula Vogel play. That's what they call the lead a little bit. It's
there you
dark
go.
Play. It's Paula Vogel.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great play. It's pretty dark, though.
I'm sure it is.
I would say if you have sexual trauma, not the play for you.
Okay.
I saw it with Mary Louise Parker. She was fantastic.
How many years ago was that?
Long time ago. I was in New York. Oh, God. That might have been... God, what year was that? I feel like that was like 2002.
Oh, so you were 35?
Uh-huh. No. Maybe it was in high school. We took a trip.
Mary Louise Parker, that's why I asked. It's been a while since she's been doing her thing.
Yeah. Anyway. But So she's she's talking about going to pick him up. And I kept writing, this is dumb. Does she really not know if he's coming or not?
I wrote the same thing. I went, is this fake? This makes
Why wouldn't he text
sense. And it makes no sense, which does make me believe it's not real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually a cruel thing to do to this woman.
It's a very cruel thing to do.
If it's done by the production crew, it's even crueler, I think.
Yeah. Also, why does she need to take the dog?
I don't know.
I think that dog is
going on. Her emotional support animal.
Oh, God.
And I think that tells you a lot. Not that everyone is emotional support animal.
Poor little bit. Little bit.
No, little bit is just like grabbed at night. A lot of tears staining Little Bit's coat.
He goes outside and talks to the dog and says, I can't even breathe. She holds me so tight I had it. Give me a cigarette, Bow Wow.
Oh, Bow Wow. What would I do without you? A dog named Bow Wow.
You know someone does.
They're an unoriginal shit.
Bow Wow. I kind of like it.
So I like it that the Little Bit is just splooting in the airport. Just probably that floor is cold and it feels good.
It probably does.
And she's like, she's so nervous. She goes up and chucks in the bathroom. And I'm like, I hope there's a breath mint
around dog you. Has to go in there.
I just hold on. I guess the dog just sits there and watch her puke.
I guess so.
What else is he going to do? Or
she's like, well, just happened. It's another Tuesday for me.
He's an hour and a half late now. And thinking he got caught up in customs immigration. But there he is. And she's weeping. They kiss each other. And he says, why don't you surprise her? I wanted to play with her. Okay. I think he's cute, though. His eyes, he's a little Roberto Benigni-ish.
Yeah, but he's so pick-me. And like, and she's like, I wanted to strangle him. But like you said, he says, I'm here in the U.S. God willing, I will be a famous actor. Oh, yes, and I love my fiance.
Yes.
Here for her.
Yes.
And he starts.
You want me to do some acting?
All of his acting. Yes, they ask him to do some acting, and he does. You talk. He doesn't even do it in the. He just goes, "Are you talking to me?
Well,
are you talking to me?"
I think they gave him these lines.
Well.
Yeah,
maybe he's like
a student of American cinema.
Or maybe he's like what's his name? Who dated Vanya for a hot minute? Who
Yoshiko, Bojo. Yeah,
but you would always say, "Are you talking to me?" But whatever. It was not good acting.
Critique his. So he's like, "You're giving me a vomit flavored kiss." That was so gross for me. And so y'all, he's there. It doesn't look like for next week's preview doesn't look good. They're already angry at each other.
Yeah.
There's a little bit with Catie and Josh, so let's talk about that. She's hungover, of course.
Shocker.
And he is almost prophetically folding up the American flag.
Yeah, it really is prophetically. Y'all, because not only is she hungover, we find out she was blackout drunk,
which is not uncommon in her experience. It sounded like,
especially the more you have, y'all. I think I've talked about it years ago. If you've never read the book Blackout, it's a fantastic book. It's by a woman who's an alcoholic and she gets sober, but she actually talks about the process of blacking out and she goes into science of it and how easy it can happen. And people, have the stigma, but that you have to just drink so much, but it's not really about so much you drink. Right. It's about, especially when it's in your body and anyway, it's famous. It's a great book. I'll look it off for real quick.
So he even says, it's my welcome party, but she's the one who's really in a state. And he even says, I'm worried about what happened because she was really, he's in a very British way, says she was brazenly complimentary about some of the guys she's hooked up with.
Yeah,
and,
she was.
I'm going to say this again. I said it earlier, and the more she talked about sex and trying to numb things, I think there's sexual trauma here. I think, especially with the idea of, I think when people have sexual trauma, it usually goes one of two ways. You become hypersexual, because that feels normal, and you're trying to normalize the experience. Or
so what happened to you?
I'm not sure.
Because you were hypersexual.
I think that's due to a couple of other things, though.
Oh, okay.
As far as I remember, I don't have any sexual trauma, which I was a very cute child.
Oh,
I'm still kind of shocked. No one ever tried it with me.
What's the other reason? Please.
Or I'm saying, or you pull away completely and you like, AKA Sophie.
Yes. Yeah, that's so. Yeah. By the way, the book is by Sarah Hepola, Hepola, Blackout, Remembering the Things I Drank to Forget.
Oh, that's a great title.
Oh, you would actually love the way it's written. Cool. So, anyway.
I haven't blacked out in a long time.
She just will tell these crazy stories that literally she'll be ordering a bowl of like a plate of chicken strips, and then she'll just literally, then the next thing you know, she's riding some guy's dick having sex.
That's because she's been drunk?
Because like she blacked out ordering the chicken strips and doesn't remember. Because I think it's the amygdala that it affects. So that's why you're conscious, but it's the short-term memory gets zapped from the alcohol.
I see. So because she drank so much, this happens when she's not drinking anymore. Is that what you're telling me?
No. It happens when she's drinking, when she's an alcoholic. Yeah.
Got it.
Can you imagine though, just like ordering chicken strips and the next thing you know, you're sitting.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. Move on.
That's a Thursday. Yeah. Time is elastic. Especially with some vodka. Yeah. So he even says she doesn't get sometimes when she's being disrespectful. He's like, when it's obvious to me. Now, when he's using disrespectful here, I think that means just really flaunting her previous history with men in front of him, which he considers disrespectful, which I actually agree with him.
I agree with him. And this is day 2. You're bringing up her drinking and her behavior on day fucking 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like this could be one of those, like other people, we might get the 90 days. Maybe we're only going to get like a month of them.
It's pretty crazy. Did you notice this? And when she gets up immediately, she's like, was I too crazy last night? So now she's insecure about it. Mm-hmm. And then she starts kind of explaining her drinking. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why she drank so much, or how she didn't know she drank so much, because she loves shots, y'all. She's a shot girl.
Yeah.
And she doesn't remember getting in the cab, and she keeps saying, did I annoy anyone? And this is what I think is interesting. He's like, are you worried you did? You really seem to be worried about that because you're asking about 20 times. He's like, maybe that's an OCD thing. And so she immediately blames her OCD. Yeah, that's definitely it. And she says, I hate waking up not knowing what I've done when I was drunk, because it scares me that I could have offended someone or Josh. And my brain will make up stuff that could have happened. And I need to prove that it didn't.
The fact that this is a familiar feeling for you and experience is
that's
not
quite
a good
scary.
Sign. Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah. And she recognizes the feeling.
Yeah.
And I got to say, this guy is handling this like a prince, because he says, I realize that you and I drink differently.
It's something to think about.
Going towards marriage. Don't you think? And he's like, and then he's like, he's like, I wouldn't want to have a kid until we're stable enough. And he's like, you think? And she's like, well, that feels like it's way in the future, which is an addict talking.
Well, and I also wrote, no. She doesn't need to have a kid.
No. But
this person does not need to have a kid in her life.
I don't think she. I wonder if they've even talked about it. I wonder if they've even brought up having kids. But she might say, that's down the future. I want kids, but I don't want to talk about it.
She's going to have to do a lot of change, unless this guy's just a idiot. Such a dumb bitch he then asks, for just putting up with it.
He then basically says, it's hard to deal with her being such a party girl, and I want to feel stable with her and think that this is someone I could have children with, but I don't know if we're compatible otherwise. How many? What do we think? Maybe one episode without them going to a bar, and maybe the next, and we'll go. I promise you, y'all, by episode 4, she's gonna be drinking again.
Yeah, I agree.
Out with their friends or something.
Yeah,
mark my words.
Yeah,
or she'll have gotten blitzed on wine at a picnic. Because I think it's obvious with seeing her and the behavior and this being familiar, this woman's alcoholic.
Yeah.
Along with 10 other things.
Yeah.
The alcoholism is the peaches in the fruit cocktail. That's of her disorders. The OCD is probably the pears. They're pretty much in there. I would say that there's a soupçon of autism, ADHD. Those are the grapes. And there's got to be a lovely maraschino cherry personality disorder. And the sexual trauma, which I know is in there too. Just speculation.
Sounds like one of my exes.
All of them.
That's the show.
That's the show.
That is the show, everybody. Wow. Good season. Next episode, we're going to be talking about new couple, Thomas and Paula, and Marissa and Edward, and Shay and Annabelle. Trigger warning for an excess amount of fucking deer heads in a bedroom.
And children's toys.
Why would you want to go to sleep at night with those things staring at you?
It's a small room with a lot of deer heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway.
I also noticed this. We'll talk about it much more, obviously. I don't know if Marissa's husband is the problem. That she made him out to be.
I agree.
So it's interesting.
There's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, but God.
Preview for next show. I know he's hot to me.
Edward's fucking hot when he gets there. Well, the ex is cute too.
Yeah,
the ex-husband's cute too.
I feel like we've had hotter Dominican guys, but I think it's his personality.
Yeah, it's his personality, his smile. He's got a great smile. And
I agree.
He's very charming.
Yeah. He's no Pedro. He's no like.
No, but there's something like Juan Hanks. He's just kind of charming.
Yeah.
So anyway. Hey guys, that's the end of the show. All right, everybody. There you go. We will see you in part 2, or if you want to watch that right now, if you're on the $15 tier, you can watch it right now. Just make your husband stay up and listen to you giggle. That's fine. Or if you're watching this on Tuesday, this is YouTube's Day. Please give us
steak.
Yes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up.
Up the butt.
Thumbs up the butt.
Thumbs up the butt.
We are working on Poodle Sext. They are. We had a meeting about it, so those are in action. And sometime in June, we will be premiering that and showing that. And we do want to remind you that if you watch the show on Patreon and you stream it to your TV, we are, because YouTube copyright laws have been so. They're just, fuckers. We can't do anything right now. So we're having to move those back to Vimeo. We understand that sometimes is harder to cast to your television. Please let us know if it's gotten easier. I don't think Vimeo would talk to us, but we might reach out to them and be like, can you make this fucking easier?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, all right, everyone, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you want to know a great joke to play on your fiance, don't tell her you're coming. She'll laugh like crazy. It's hysterical.
It's so funny.
Gotcha.
Call us, y'all.
You can call us.